and especially rooted in harming black people, because if you really look at it, there are lots of cis black women that don't adhere to what it means to be woman, and that's a whole thing that I have.
Has any black woman this adhere heard of that before? Black women who don't adhere to being women? Cis. So what they call cis is straight, normal. That's normal. They should just say normal. What they're saying that normal black women, and she's not normal or black. She's saying that normal black women don't adhere to what it means to be a woman either. Really? I've never heard this before.
That way too, and especially rooted in harming black people, because if you really look at it, there are lots of cis black women that don't adhere to what it means to be woman, and that's a whole thing that I have spent years learning about from the black community.
Years.
And I really suggest that you look into intersectional feminism and intersectional womanhood related politics.
She spent years studying black women and this phenomenon that she just said. You're not cis. So if you're willing to call yourself a woman, there's a very good chance that you don't agree with any of this stuff because you're bold enough to declare that you're a woman. This is it. She spent years studying how cis black women don't adhere to being women. As if it wasn't weird enough, it's going to get even more weird because I want you guys to see what they want from you and your kids for your kids.
If you really want to
Warning.
really deep in that, but so there's the whole binary, the whole bioessentialism, and this what it means to be woman is always a very misogynistic narrative when you try and put it in a box.
How do you know what's misogynist if you can't define what a woman is? Because misogyny means a disdain toward or against women. There it is. Misoggyny. That's why I couldn't find it. Misogyny is the dislike of or contempt for an ingrained prejudice against women. If you can't say what a woman is, let me ask you how you can say that it exists.
Just that we focus all of our hate as a society about trans people on trans women. Why is that? It's because it's the trans misogyny of it all. It's because you don't
trans
misogyny. You're not unpacking your misogyny. You're not unpacking the patriarchal oppression. Because trans women were always women. They just were assigned the wrong letter at birth, and we conflate sex and gender for no real reason.
No real reason. Yeah, Ketanji Jackson, she wouldn't define it. They're scared to say what it is. Because you're by defining what a woman is, this is what they think. You are speaking transgenderism out of existence. Because how do you define that you're something else that has a full definition? You are default getting rid of their ability to claim that.
And because of the fact that we know that men are cis men can be predators, and that the patriarchy emboldens them to do that these transphobic people will then port that onto trans women who are generally far more harmed by the system. There's a lot of other ways it's rooted in misogyny. And then it's what do you mean by I thought we were all about women's rights? But what are women's rights? Because I am not a woman. I have to be politically a woman because people won't want me part of their rights, because despite the fact I have a uterus, I have had an abortion, I have breasts, I could get breast cancer, all of the stuff that is women's issues, I am not one, and they don't want me.
You see how she's breaking down? She's showing her mental issues right here. She's getting emotional. Talking about her own self, she's getting emotional. Look what happens as she starts describing herself.
And gender for no real reason. And because of the fact that we know that men are cis men can be predators, and that the patriarchy emboldens them to do that.
Right there, she got choked up. Watch her emotions swing now that she just brought up her actual trauma and what's really going on with her.
Because I am not a woman.
No.
I have to be politically a woman because people won't want me part of their rights. Because despite the fact I have a uterus, I have had an abortion, I have breasts, I could get breast cancer, all of the stuff that is like women's issues.
She's ready to
I
cry.
am not one. And they don't want me. They just assume I'm some confused little kid because I'm autistic and I'm non-binary.
Autistic.
That I am mentally unwell and I am mentally unfit to figure it out.
She just showed that she's mentally unwell and mentally unfit to figure it out. She almost broke down talking about it, just bringing it up. Look at her.
What are women's rights? Because there's no such thing as women's rights.
But essentially what they're saying is they're going to be teaching these children their body. They're going to be teaching them non-binary, LGBTQ, social cues, the bodies of others, and so much more. Oh, excuse me, that's right. How to pleasure themselves in many different ways.
All right, so I'm going to show you guys what that poster says because I pulled it up. Who Sex Ed Summer Camp is for all incoming 5th to 8th graders. All right. What Sex Ed Summer Camp is full of all sorts of information regarding sexual health that most students don't get to learn in schools. We will talk about everything related to sex, bodies, sexuality, sexy feelings, media, power, and justice. Some topics might include bodies beyond the binary, feelings and how to navigate them, gender and sexuality, consent and communication, relationships, pleasure in all sorts of ways, self-love, and so much more. This is being geared towards 5th graders. I can't highlight it because this is grooming. This is targeting children. This is disgusting. This is sick. This should be illegal. But parents are signing their kids up to this. So who are we targeting here? Are we targeting these sickos for throwing the event or the parents who are signing them up for it? Who's worse? I mean, they're all on a tier of hell, but who's lower on the tier? I'm getting annoyed. Sorry. Where? CU Boulder. When? 5th and 6th graders, Monday through Friday, July 7th through the 18th, from 8:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. Non-stop indoctrination. The 5th and 6th graders all day from 8:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. are getting this stuff. 7th and 8th graders, Monday through Friday, the 21st through August 1st, from 8:30 in the morning to 3:30 in the afternoon. So you be at work, don't worry, we'll teach them everything. Why? Because all humans, especially young humans, deserve information about their bodies and other people's bodies and how to communicate that, how to communicate about them in ways that feel fun, affirming, and exciting.